Hey guys, it's Josh here from Boorman Lawyers. So in this video, I will be flying down to Melbourne, getting a rental car and driving up to the New South Wales Victorian border because I have a mid-range PCA offence at Corowa Local Courthouse. So I haven't been there before. It's a very small, rural type of courthouse. It will be interesting to see how it pans out. So as you can see from the roads, it's pretty regional and rural up around northern Victoria. The drive from Melbourne Airport up to Corowa is about 3 hours, but I have decided to stay at my accommodation at the Sebel at Yarrawonga, which is about a 20 to 30 minute drive from the Corowa Courthouse. So as you can see from the Sebel at Yarrawonga, it is beautiful. I arrived there just before sunset, and it just positions itself on the Murray River. Beautiful outlook, beautiful grounds. It's got a golf course there, tennis courts, beautiful swimming pool. So the location is just phenomenal, an absolute 10 out of 10 for scenic location. So the room at the Sebel was pretty good. I mean, it was clean, it was relatively modern, it had all the usual things that you'd expect a normal hotel room to have. It could have had a little bit better view of the Murray River, but of course, if I wanted that, I probably had to pay more for the room. It was relatively decent size for what hotel rooms are. It was all in all, I'd say probably about a 4 out of 5. The only drawback from staying at the Sebel at Yarrawonga was at night time. There was a huge amount of cricket insects, which a couple somehow made their way into my room, but outside they were just everywhere. I think it's just that region of Victoria that attracts that sort of those sorts of insects. But overall, my stay at the Sebel was really good. They had a really good gym there, a nice pool, and I really enjoyed it. So back on the road, and I'm off to pick my client up. It's the day of court, and he's about 20 minutes in the opposite direction to where Corowa Local Court is. I'll pick him up, and then we'll grab a coffee and head straight over to the courthouse. I've just appeared at Corowa Local Court for a client of mine who was charged with middle range PCA. Now, Corowa is quite a rural regional area. It's on the very southern border of New South Wales and then near Victorian border. We got a great outcome for my client today. It was mid-range PCA 0.100. Got him a conditional release order without proceeding to conviction, which basically means he's on a good behaviour bond for 18 months. No conviction, no criminal conviction recorded, no further disqualification period, no interlock, no fine, but he's got to remain a good boy for 18 months. My client's he's a real character, real sort of country, salt of the earth type character. He's obviously gone through he has gone through some significant hardship with the breakdown of his marriage in recent months, and this was all just leading been able to go and address those mental health issues. He's been getting some help, been seeing a psychologist. He's done the traffic offenders program. He's a truck driver by trade. That's what he does. So the last almost two and a bit months that he has been off the road since the offence has really affected him. Yeah, very good outcome today. We presented material evidence to show that he does have mental health issues. He's been addressing those through his GP and his psychologist. Showed the traffic offender program he completed, and we got some really good, strong character references just to show that, you know, he is a upstanding member of the community. And a letter of apology showed his genuine remorse over the offence. The magistrate was minded to not proceed to conviction today, and he's able to get back on the road basically immediately. But all part of the service, I did drop him off to a farm where his car has been packed away for the last couple of months. I'm actually in the middle of in the middle of nowhere. You can see I'm in regional Victoria, in North Victoria. Stayed in Yarrawonga last night, and I went to Corowa Local Court this morning, dropped my client in an area which I have no idea where it is, but heading back to Melbourne now. Hopefully get there in one piece and fly back. On the way back to Melbourne, I did decide to make a quick detour through to Glenrowan, which is located in the Wangaratta region. Glenrowan is most famous for being the place where the final siege of the Ned Kelly gang occurred in about 1880. Okay guys, so I just thought I'd give a bit of a debrief on the recent DUI matter that I have represented today. It was down at Corowa Local Court, so that's very much on the border of New South Wales and Victoria. I flew down to Melbourne yesterday, being the 28th of February, and as soon as I got into Melbourne, I hired a car and I drove up towards the border. Basically, I was going to stay near Corowa, but my client told me it was a bit of a small township and I'd probably be able to get some better accommodation in Yarrawonga, which I did look at, and he was right. There was a particular hotel, the Sebel Hotel at Yarrawonga, in the Silverwood sort of area there, where they've got a nice golf course and tennis courts, and it's right on the Murray River, where it's quite famous for a lot of fishing and water skiing. And I got in there probably just as the sun was going down. It was quite spectacular, the sun setting over the Murray River. Beautiful hotel, very nice stay. Would have loved to have had some more time there. Obviously not enough time to have a round of golf or hit a tennis, but it had that country club sort of feel to it. But yeah, I was really glad I stayed in Yarrawonga instead of Corowa. My client today, he was about 20 minutes out of Yarrawonga, and he actually asked me, he actually invited me to go and stay at his place instead of getting accommodation, but yeah, I politely declined it. Just thought I'd get my own accommodation. A bit weird, sort of staying at some random's house who I haven't met before. Lovely guy, salt of the earth, sort of. He lives on acreage, but he did ask me to go pick him up this morning, which was 20 minutes out of town. That was fine. I had my hire car, and I did that for him. We then made the trip over to Corowa Local Court, got a coffee on the way. He was a lovely guy, real character. Got there at the courthouse today. It was pretty busy. So Corowa Local Court, it's a relatively small, old-fashioned style court building. I think it only maybe does matters 1 or 2 days a month. So it's they jam-pack all the matters from that region into that court on those days each month. So it was quite busy. Yeah, so we had all our material ready to go. I had my submissions all done, letters of reference, apology letter, all this medical and mental health material. We had that all prepared. Had that prepared a couple of days ago, so there was no stress in the lead up to the court. Yeah, we got in and we got him a really good outcome today. It was a mid-range PCA offence, .100. Unfortunately, my client had been prior to the offence going through some pretty significant mental health issues. That his wife left him, and he was in a pretty dark place prior to this offence, and we obviously presented a lot of that material. But we did get a really good outcome for him. We got a conditional release order for 18 months without proceeding to conviction. So effectively what that is he can return back to driving. He doesn't have to do the alcohol interlock program. He was not fined. He was not criminally convicted. But he does have to be a good boy for 18 months, a good behaviour bond for 18 months. On the way back, I dropped him off at one of his friend's place. He had his car garage there for the last 18 months. It was in the absolute middle of nowhere, on a farm, down a long dirt road. It was quite an experience to drive all the way out there, not knowing where the hell I was, but it's all part of the trip. Good experience. Happy to drop him off. He was quite a funny character anyway. After that, I headed back down to Melbourne, but I did do a detour to Glenrowan, which is a small little township in northern Victoria. It's famous for the final Ned Kelly and Kelly gang shootout in the late, probably about 1880s or somewhere around that period of time. But yeah, that was really interesting. A lot of sort of historical interest around that small little township. They had the Glenrowan Hotel and the train station and a little museum sort of there designated to him. So that was very interesting. Then I shot back down to Tullamarine Airport, dropped the car off. I was actually lucky. I just made the plane in time and I've just landed. So all in all, a pretty good trip. A lot of travel involved on this particular trip. Probably 2 hours down on the plane and 3 hours driving. So 5 hours travel yesterday, 5 hours travel today. I'm pretty exhausted. But the client called me up and he wanted me to be there for him. And he was willing to sort of do what was necessary to get me down there. I did obviously explain I wasn't from that region, but he'd read up a bit about my previous case studies and profile, and he thought I was the right person, right solicitor for the job. And yeah, I was really happy that we were able to get him the good outcome today. So yeah, good trip, good little tour of northern Victoria and southern New South Wales. Yeah, just really glad we got a good outcome from my client. So bit of a long form video, a bit of a debrief of what went on this short little trip down south. Might start doing a few more of these long form videos just to give you an idea of what's been going on, a bit of a vlog if you will. But yeah, thanks for tuning in once again, and I'll see you next time.
I want to thank you for tuning into Boorman Lawyers today. You can catch us at any of the usual social media platforms. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you've got any questions or queries, please don't hesitate to contact us on 1300 941 900.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this video today. I really hope it was informative and helpful for you. There's another couple of videos below that you might want to check out that may be very useful for the process that you might be going through at the moment. Please feel free to like, follow, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we've always got fresh new content coming through all the time.